I am trying to know some new job opportunities. And in Mexico, have some networking places to practice English, and I try to visit that, but I can't. There are not many. There are not near from my home, and that is the situation.
And what about on your phone? Do you ever visit some networking sites on your phone?
Not only make English classes.
Okay, all right. No, that's good. Thank you so much, Odette. Very nice to meet you today. All right. Thank you, everyone, for introducing yourselves. It's very nice to meet you. Welcome to those of you that are just listening. It's very nice to have you in the lesson with us today. And if you have any questions for me during the lesson, please feel free to type your questions in the chat. Or if there are some questions that you'd like to answer, please feel free to do so in the chat. To those of you that are participating during the lesson, you are more than welcome to raise your hand if you don't understand anything or if you have you today. Right, so let's get started with our lesson. So, the first question I have for all of you is what words of caution would you give someone who wants to create an online profile on a social networking site? What words of caution would you give someone who wants to create an online profile on a social networking site? Okay, let's start with Juliana.
Yes, I think the most important things when a person creates a online profile or a social line profile is don't say well where he lives and in particular where is our house and don't say anything about the money that he has. Yes.
Great, thank you. I think that is very good advice. And I really liked the sentence that you
Too
made
much.
there. It's a very good way to
Like
give
I would
someone
say, let me
caution.
something. I
So
would say
don't
that
say
don't expose
where you
yourself too
live
much.
and don't
Don't
talk
expose
about your
yourself too
money.
much. You know.
Great, thank you, Juliana. Jefferson, it's your turn.
Okay. Actually, I would say that. So don't expose yourself too much. You know, because you don't know who are the other side. You know, and sometimes we put a lot of information about our family. You know, our address and stuff like that. You know, and it's very dangerous. That's it.
Great, thank you. I like that sentence that you made when you said, don't expose yourself too much. Great advice there. Thank you. Yulia?
I think it's important to create a very strong password uh, and also be careful. Don't communicate with um, unknown person.
Can you repeat the last part for me? Be careful, don't.
Don't communicate with a lot of people that you
Okay,
don't really know.
okay, good. Thank you so much. And Odette?
Don't provide a lot of information on personal information or maybe familiar information. For example, the complete name of your cousins, the childs, or the where they lives, something like this.
Studies. Yeah.
Yes, for sure. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. I think you all gave great advice or good words of caution. I liked the phrases that you used and the words such as don't. So, this is a good way to provide caution to someone. And I also liked to Yulia when you said be careful. So this is a good way to caution a person. Those of you that are listening, you are also more than welcome to put some tips in the chat. Welcome to those of you that have just joined us. Our topic for today is social networking. Okay, so here on the screen, we have more phrases or more words that we can use to give advice. Okay, so can we please read through these words? Let's start with Odette. Can you read the first phrase for us?
Had better.
Yes, and how would you use this phrase, Odette?
I normally don't use that phrase.
Okay, not a problem. So, for example, we could say you had better not give your personal details. So, this is very strong or essential when you are warning someone. So, it's a strong warning. Okay, Juliana, can you read number 2 for us?
Yes, ought to.
Yes. And do you know how you would use this phrase?
For example, I can say when you describe your life, ought to better not say about your money.
Mhm. Sorry, can you repeat the sentence for me?
When I can say when you describe your life, how to better not speak about your money.
Okay, good. But you can also use ought to alone. So you can say, when you're creating an online profile, you ought not
Okay,
to. So you ought
okay,
not to
okay.
um, say where you live, for example.
Yes, yes, yes. I understand.
Okay, good.
Thanks.
Thank you. Jefferson, can you read the next one for us?
Most.
Yes. And how would you use must?
Must. All right. I think that we could use it like you must um you must be more connected with real people than with virtual people on networking. Is it correct?
Yes. So you can say on social
On
networks.
social
On social,
networking. Thank you.
yeah. Yes. Great. Thank you. And then the last one, Yulia.
Might consider. I use this.
How would you use this? Sorry.
I use it. I think if I want to do some advice, I can
Mhm.
use. I might consider don't share a lot of photo, for example.
Yes, yes. Yeah, so you can say you might consider not sharing a lot of photos.
Ah, yes, might consider not sharing a lot of photos.
Yes. Okay, good.
Thank
Thank you, everyone. Great pronunciation from everyone and good sentences that you made there. So, these are what we call modal verbs. And these we can use to express caution to people. So, this is how we will be using them in our lesson today. So, how to express caution or how to warn people. So, if you say to someone, you might consider or you ought to consider, this is optional. It's not really strict. You're just giving them some advice. But if you say you must, so you must create a strong password, this is very strong. And this is a strong warning or a strong caution to the person, especially when you say must or had better. So you had better not give away your personal information. Okay, so can you think of any other words of phrases that we can use. So some of the words that we used in our lesson was don't. But what other words can we think of? Let's start with Jefferson this time. What other
Uh,
words or phrases can you think of?
I would say be careful.
Yes, for sure. Be careful. Yulia, what other words or phrases can you think of?
I recommend you, or take
Fantastic.
in consideration, probably. I considering.
Yes, take into consideration. What was the first one again? Sorry, can you remind me?
Yes, I recommend.
I recommend. Yes, great. Okay, Juliana.
So pay attention.
Pay attention. Okay, and Odette. Any other phrases that you can use to give advice? Odette, I can't hear you, but I can see that your mic is on.
You hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Don't trust on.
Don't trust.
Don't trust. Trust?
Trust, like this. Trust.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yes. Great. So you can say don't trust people, don't trust certain sites. So that's great. Thank you so much, everyone. You are all doing very well. I like the phrases that you are using. All right. So, what advice would you give? Okay, so here on the screen, we have some lists of advice that we can give people who are on social media or someone who has made a profile on social
You must
media.
be extremely careful.
So, I would like for you to try and use some of the vocabulary that we talked about in the previous slide to put into the missing words here. Okay, so let's start with the first one. Let's start with Yulia. What do you think the missing word in that sentence is?
Probably you must be extremely careful.
Okay, and what other one can you use that is not as strong as must?
Or probably you might consider,
Not
or
in this
uh,
sentence.
you ought
Or
to be extremely careful.
okay, great. Thank you. Jefferson, what would you put into the missing word for number two?
Number two, I think you should hide your personal information from public views.
Yes, you should hide your personal. That's good. So a should is another one that we can also use when we are giving advice. Great. Juliana, number three.
Yes, I think that or you be careful screening the photo that you upload,
Can
or
you,
pay attention. No,
oh,
pay.
sorry, can you repeat the first one? Your sound was cutting a little.
Be careful.
So remember, we have you in the start. So you can't say you be
Ah, you.
careful.
Sorry. You. You had better screening the photo that you upload.
So here we would say you had better screen, but we can't say
Okay,
you had better screening.
okay.
What other one can you think of?
Ah, I don't know.
So, for example, we can say you might consider
Okay.
screening. Yes,
Yes,
so that's an option. That's an option that we
yes,
have.
yes.
Or can you read this
Okay.
sentence for me?
You too also. Yes.
Can you read the sentence for me? Juliana, can you please read sentence number 3 for me?
Sorry, I don't hear you. Sorry.
No
I
problem.
don't know
Don't
if the other student.
No, just
No, it's
just
Juliana.
using.
No, we don't understand you, teacher. We don't learn you, teacher.
Oh, you can't hear me.
Yes, now I can. Yes.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I was just saying, please read sentence number 3 for me.
I. You might think about screening the photos and you upload.
Yes. So, might think about is also a
Yes,
phrase that we can use to give advice.
yes, yes.
Okay, Odette.
You must you must uh, you must be using an avatar instead of your real photo.
Not quite. With must, our verb would be in its base form. So if we were using must, we would say you must use an avatar. But now
To
our verb
limit
is a
you
gerund or it's an ing
limit
form.
you
So we
how to
can't really
limit your
use must.
connections,
So can you try
especially
another one for me?
Um, you might consider using
Fantastic. Yes. Can you
an
read the
avatar.
whole sentence for me?
Yeah, you might consider using an avatar instead of your real photo.
Great. Well done. Thank you. Yulia?
You limit your connection to people you know. You have better limit your connections to people you know, or you must limit your connections.
Yes, for sure. You can use both of those models that you used, but we can also say, can you read for me?
You could limit your connections to people you know.
Great. So could shows possibility. So it's possible that you could limit your connections to people you know. Jefferson.
okay. You set your privacy level in the site settings. I think that it's you must set your privacy level in the site settings.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you.
And then the last one, Juliana.
Yes. Sorry. You should be wary of scams.
Yes, we can say you should be wary of scams. Great. But we can also use, can you read for me?
You had better be wary of scam.
Yes. So these are all of our sentences giving pieces of advice. So I would like you all to take a moment to read through all of these sentences and look at the pieces of advice or the phrases to give advice that we used. So we have ought to, should, might think about, might consider, could, must, and had better. So, looking at these sentences, which piece of advice do you think is optional? So, which piece of advice is just advice? The person does not have to take it. And which do you think is essential? So, which do you think is important? Okay, Odette, which of these do you think is optional? And which of these do you think is essential? Can you hear me, Odette? Oh, your mic is on, but I can't hear you. There's no sound coming.
Now, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you
Yes.
now.
I can't listen you in the last
Oh,
sentence.
oh, I was saying that I would like for you to read through these sentences and tell me which pieces of advice do you think is optional and which pieces of advice do you think is essential or important. So, which of these are essential? Which of these are optional?
Oh, in all sentence?
Yeah, so you can choose your maybe which you think is optional and which you think is essential. So you can choose what you think.
Okay. Optional. You might consider using an avatar instead of your real photo. No? And what is essential? Mm, yeah, you have to be extremely careful
Okay, good. Why did you choose optional? You might consider using an avatar. Why that sentence?
because it's not necessary use an avatar. Maybe another kind of photograph in which you can see all your face, maybe in a black and white form or something like this.
Okay, great. And why did you choose ought to be careful, extremely careful for essential advice?
Because it's not optional. No, it's necessary. It's
It's
necessary to be
necessary.
careful. We can
Yes.
be more or less extremely careful. No?
Yes, yes. No, you're right. You're right. Thank you so much, Odette. That was good. All right. What about you, Jefferson? Which of these pieces of advice do you think is optional and which do you think is essential?
The only one that I think that is optional, I would say that is number 4. You might consider using an avatar instead of your real photo. And I think that number 5 too. You could limit your connections to people you know. I think that is not necessary. Actually, it depends. It depends on the person.
Okay, and what about number 4? Why do you think this is optional?
I think, of course, it's important to have our picture over there, like to people um, see it. But I think that I'm not sure if it's so important. For me, it's not important. For me, it's my personal opinion.
Yes. Okay. And then why do you think the other ones are essential? The other pieces of advice?
Because I think that it's important on social media to be extremely careful, because we don't know who are the other side. And we need to be careful with the kind of information that we are gonna put there. What else? You most level. Yeah, we need to set our level of privacy. It's important as well because we need to be safe. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, good. Thank you, Jefferson.
Thank you.
Thank you. I think you have good pronunciation. Your sentences are very clear. So well done on that.
Thank you, Jia.
Yulia, which of these do you think is optional and
Thank
which
you,
do you
Jia.
think is essential?
Thank you, Jia.
I think essential is you had better, and
Vou pegar para você daqui a
optional
pouco,
or
meu amor.
how
Espera só um
to,
pouquinho, viu?
should, might think about, might consider, could.
Certo, espera lá um pouquinho.
Okay. And why do you think so? Can you give me a reason why?
Um,
I think, for example, you might think this is
I don't know how many years ago, but I met a girl
optional
from
because
South African.
it's
I'm not gonna
you
tell
can
the name,
think
actually.
probably you can
I met a girl
do it or
from
not.
South
It's
Africa
not
who was
so
teacher here,
important.
over here, that she
It's a
was teacher over here,
recommendation.
and
Should is the
I thought that
same.
I was
It's a modal
going to
verb.
come back, and I
It's
thought that I
also
was
a
going to come back and
recommendation.
find her here again,
Ought
but
to.
she
It's the same of should, but I think it's more
she's not working
formal.
here anymore, like she's not
And
working here
Sure.
anymore, and
must
I don't know how to
must
like
is
this over
this
there,
is a
like
modal verb.
I don't know actually.
Express obligation.
It's important to be
I had
careful
better is the
with the
same.
information that we're gonna put over there,
This
with the
modal
information that
verb
we're gonna put over
express
there, right? It's
obligation.
important to be careful with the kind of information that we're gonna put over there.
Okay, great. Thank you. I really liked the way that you
Sure,
explained those.
thank you.
You're right. So some of these modal
It's
verbs
important to
express
hide our
obligations or something
information
that you
because
must
we don't know
do.
who are
For
the other
example, you
side.
must, you
We don't know
had
who are the other
better,
side.
you ought to, and ought to is very formal, but should, um, could, might think about is also different. So, Juliana, which of these do you think is optional and which of these do you think is
Um,
essential?
in this sentences, I think it's optional. You could limit your connection to people you know because it's not necessary. If you want, you can connect with the other people. If you don't want, it's easier, don't connect. And essential for me is you should hide your personal information from public view because we can also have we can also use the social media, but we can use in a private form and not in public form.
Thank you, Jeff.
Okay,
Thank
good.
you, thank you,
Thank you. I
Jeff.
liked your explanations. Well done. All right. Thank you so much, everyone. Does anyone have any questions? Those of you that are just listening, you are more than welcome to ask questions in the chat as well. Does anyone have any questions for me?
Elizabeth.
Okay, so you can find all of the vocabulary and the modal verbs that we've spoken about today in the notes under vocabulary. So please try to use some of these during our final task. So this is our final task for the day. So you have been chatting. So this is the situation. You have been chatting with someone you met on a social networking site, and now they want to meet you in person. So student A asks student B for advice on what you should do. Student B gives student A advice on the best way to handle the situation. So, student A, you will be going to student B for advice. So, you can ask student B, do you think I should meet this person do you think I should meet this person? And then student B will answer, I think it will be fine, but you might consider bringing a friend with you. So try to use some of the phrases that we talked about in our lesson today to give advice to student A, who is meeting someone they have been talking to on a social networking site for the last 3 months. So that is our final task. Does anyone have any questions about the final task or anything that you don't understand? Okay, so let's get started. Jefferson, can you please be student A? And Odette, can you please be student B?
That's great. Hi Odette, how you doing? Odette, can you hear me? Can you hear me, guys? Okay.
Yes, I can hear you, Jefferson. Odette, I can see your mic is on, but we can't hear you.
What about
Okay, Odette. Okay, Odette, I'll come back to you then because we can't hear you. So Jefferson, you can be student A, and then Juliana, you can be student B.
Yes.
okay? Hi Julie, how you doing?
Hi, Jackson. How are you?
I'm doing great. The other
Bye.
the other day was I met a girl, you know, on social media, and
Yes.
I was talking to her and we were planning like to meet each other like here in my city down the street. So what do you think? Is it a
I
is it a good idea?
I think that it's a good idea, but you must be careful for some for the information that you put in your profile. For me, you must are careful, don't and say your private information at everyone, but and create a private profile. What do you think about this?
Yeah, it sounds good. Yeah, I try to protect my information, but I think that is, I've been talking to that person for a long time. I think that is not something dangerous. Like, of course, I've never seen that person before. The conversation was just by audio. I don't know if she's a real person. What do you think about it?
Yes, I think that if a person like you are more careful in the conversation, it will be possible speak with everyone, but without, but you are might consider that in the social media more things are public.
I got you. I got you. So thanks so much for all the advice that you gave me.
Bye bye.
Thank you.
Okay, good. Thank you so much to the both of you. I think you used the vocabulary from today's lesson quite well. I liked the advice that you gave Jefferson Juliana. So you said you might consider that everything on social media is public. You also said in the beginning you must be careful. So that was a good way to caution Jefferson. And Jefferson, I liked how you were able to explain the situation to Juliana. Your sentence structure was quite good. And I also liked the sentences the questions that you asked when you said, what do you think? Is it a good idea? That's a very good way to ask someone for advice or to ask for someone's opinion. So that was great. Well done to the both of you. All right, Odette, can you try speak again? Hello, Odette. Okay, so Julia, can you please be student A? And Jefferson, can you please be student B?
Hello.
Hello.
Um, I met someone online, and we have been talking during 3 months, and now we decided to meet in real life, but I'm very hesitated. I don't know if I can if I if it will be necessary for me to arrive with someone, or probably not. I don't know if it be dangerous or not. I'm very hesitated. I need your advice, please.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, you need to be careful, with this kind of information because we never know who are the other side. Maybe it's a crazy person. Sometimes, sometimes it's a crazy person on the other side. We never know. You need to take in consideration several possibilities, right? But I think that it's a good thing to find this person, personally down the street, but you need to to call a person like a friend to be to be around, because paying attention in the situation and stuff like that. But what do you think? What are you considering about the situation?
I I think this situation isn't so careful, because I agree with you. This person can be dangerous or crazy, and it's important to think about our. It's important to me to think about my safety, and I think I take into consideration advices, your advice, and probably I will. I want to. Um, I will accept this um, real life meeting, but probably I will arrive with my friend. I think it will be better. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, good. Thank you so much to the both of you. I really liked your interaction. Yulia, I liked how you explained and asked for advice from Jefferson. Just be careful. You said, I met someone online and have been talking during 3 months. Remember, during is how you would talk about a duration of time. So, for example, you can say during May to March. So, during two specific periods of time. But in this case, because you are talking about one period at the same time, you would rather say, we have been talking for 3 months. So that's how long you've been talking for. We have been talking for 3 months. Okay. And Julia, you also said, I'm very hesitated. Remember, hesitate or hesitated is a verb that we use when we talk in the past. So, for example, you can say, I hesitated yesterday when I had to meet this person. But in the present tense, you would rather use the adjective to describe how you feel. So, the adjective here is hesitant. So, you can say, I am hesitant to meet this person. Okay, And Jefferson, I liked how you advised Julia. You used phrases such as you need to be careful. You need to take into consideration. That was good. Just be careful. You also said you need to consider having a friend. I think you said surround, but you would rather say you need to have a friend around,
Okay.
around,
Thank you.
around you. Not a
Around.
problem. All right. Thank you so much, everyone. Does anyone
Thank you.
have any last questions before we end our lesson today? Any last questions? Today we talked about this. We talked about protecting our privacy on social networking sites, and we also gave advice on meeting a friend online. Thank you so much, everyone, for attending today's lesson. It was very nice to meet you all, and I hope to see you all again very soon. But for now, goodbye.
Bye bye, teacher.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.